It is awful early out in scenic Henderson, Nevada. How are you, son?
Woo.
Sweet righteous baby Bucky Hurd joining us.
I'm pretty good, a little sleep deprived, but other than that, it was good. I thought about you last night, son. We went to the Golden Steer here in Las Vegas, which is a famous steakhouse, and sat in the Elvis Presley booth where Elvis sat many, many times. It was really cool.
What did
An
you?
early birthday celebration.
Yes, boy. Did you and Mrs. Hurd go, or did the righteous man himself take you over there, son?
No, he just got back from Hawaii. He's been out there with his lady. He just got home a couple of days ago. It was me and AJ, and then Janet Howard Siegel, a couple of really good friends of ours that were instrumental in helping me get this album done. So they wanted to take me out for a birthday celebration and wanted to take me someplace special. And I mean, dude, you have to look it up, you and your listeners. The Golden Steer. I mean, Sinatra and the Rat Pack had their own booth. John Wayne. These people had their own booths back in the day, you know, and they would come in. I just couldn't. It was so cool and like old school and the history of it. Very, very cool. We'll have to go one day when you and Miss Carrie come out here.
Yes, boy. I keep trying to get her to come out. You know, we're trying to find us
Yeah.
a Elvis wedding chapel.
I've done all I can. I've done all I can to ask y'all to come out.
Well, I mean,
You know,
He's done everything he
I've
can
offered
do.
everything I possibly can.
And I will say this: Bucky even offered.
got a room
He
and
said
everything.
if we
You can
wanted
come
to,
out.
he said if we wanted to come out and get married, that we could stay at his place. So nothing's finer
Yeah.
than having our honeymoon night in the Bill Medley honorary suite at Hurd Manor.
There's a plaque on the wall that says Bill Medley slept here.
When Shady came out to stay with you, dude, he sent me a picture of it. He's like, "Oh my God, dude! I never in a million years would have thought that Bucky would have put a plaque saying Bill Medley slept here on his wall." That's awesome. I'm glad to know that Mr. Medley is medleying, son, because that's what he do.
He's medleying.
The righteous.
That's what he does.
That's what he do, son. So tell me a little bit about. So last week you released the new single, "My Best Days," and the video is coming out tomorrow, son. I know you've done a lot of press, you've done a lot of podcasts, you've done a lot of radio, done some TV, stuff like that. How's the response? How's the reaction? What are the next steps?
Well, we've been getting, like I said, the reaction's been amazing. You know, I've been waiting a while to release this thing, and we finally got it out. You know, the song, it dropped. I went into Nashville for the release. I got in the day before the release and did some interviews. But the cool thing was on the 27th, and folks that follow me on Facebook probably saw that I got to go into WSM Radio, that is the radio that hosts the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, and we did this. We played the song there, and then they asked us if we would do a live performance, and so Chris Lusinger, who he's been with Garth Brooks since the 80s. I mean, every Garth Brooks hit you've ever heard, that's Chris playing on. And I also got to see Garth recently in concert, and Chris tours with him. And Chris came into the studio, and one of my favorite songs on the album is called "Miss Me Yet." Mm-hmm. And Chris played it in studio. I didn't realize I could sing at 8 in the morning, but somehow I did. And but you know, the response for all the songs has been really great. But like you were talking about the the video dropping, that drops tomorrow, and it's going to be on, and it's let's see, it airs officially on, let's see, it's on Taste of Country. The official music video for My Best Days is premiering on Taste of Country, and that will actually be today at some point.
Oh, really?
They're hosting it. Yeah, they wanted to do the premiere of it. It actually drops to the public on the 10th, but it's going to be released today on Taste of Country. So if folks want to look that up. But yeah, it's been real great. What's hard is not releasing the whole record. You know, back in the day, you just do an album and release it, and nowadays you have to be really patient and you release the song, and then a few days later you release the video. And so the official video drops officially tomorrow. And Bill and I both directed it. You guys were there for the shooting of it. Shot most of it at a great deal of it. We shot at Legends Pepsi Theater. Chris Canote, who's one of the most amazing videographers I've ever had the opportunity to work with, shot it. And he's actually, Chris and his wife are flying out to New York City on Friday to shoot our show in New York on Saturday. They're going to shoot both shows for us. So, but the video turned out really good. It was extra special having not only having Bill in it with me, but having him, co-direct it with me, and it just kind of tells my musical story. It starts, when I was 9 years old, my mom bought me Rock and Roll Heaven, the 45, and that was my introduction to the Righteous Brothers. I was like, what is this? What is this great music?
Isn't it?
And my mom.
Isn't it crazy, Buck, that was one of your earliest childhood, that sort of put a fork in your roadmap of life, and it was like, oh, okay. But the fact that the video really does have a story to tell. If you listen to the lyrics of the song without the video, you can get some positivity from it. But if you watch the video along with the song, it does go perfectly to show your musical journey and how, even though you didn't meet Bill Medley until 10 or 12 years ago, or start performing 10 or 12 years ago, he was always a part of your life, whether he knew it or not.
Yeah, that's what we kind of wanted to capture. And in the video, it starts out, like I said, me opening a big pool party, and little actor that plays me, Jude. He's from, I can't think of his last name. He's just great. And my wife, it looks like the 1970s. It's really done well, an actor. But it starts there, and then Bill's kind of in the background, and only I can see him. But that was the truth. I got that 45 of Rock and Roll Heaven, and I just would play that in my room just nonstop. I just loved it, especially that intro with that flange guitar. It's just like, and that was my introduction to the Righteous Brothers. And then it goes into the 80s and into the 2000s, which was special because my brother came in and played me,
which was awesome to see Greg play you, to see Greg and Amelia play. It was really ridiculous because, man, Greg is so much younger and so much more handsome than you are, Bucky. He does look a lot like you.
I'll give him that. He's a lot thinner than me. I'll give him that. It's really great. And Bill's in every scene, but only I can see him. And then it ends up with he and I on stage as the Righteous Brothers. And like My Best Days, you would think that would be the pinnacle. But, Bill's told me it over and over. He goes, when I get, and he's still at a high level. We're still doing shows. Mm-hmm. So the Righteous Brothers, we're going to keep going. Bill said, I'm going to keep doing it until the wheels fall off or people quit coming. And right now, New Year's happened. So, he's going to be 85 this year. So, yeah, we're going to slow down some on the touring, which is going to open up time for me to take my show out on the road, which is what we're working towards right now. But Bill said, you've got a career ahead of you. When I'm done and when Righteous Brothers run their course, I want you to keep flying. Mm-hmm. So nobody's been more encouraging than him, and he's been with me this whole process of finding these great songs. I mean, My Best Days, I think you know this, but it was written by Ken Blasey and Marv Green, and Ken Blasey wrote 7 number-1 hits. 2 of those, he wrote Garth Brooks' first number-1 hit, If Tomorrow Never Comes, and he wrote Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up, and Marv Green wrote Amazed by Lone Star, mm-hmm. and other incredible hits. And, it was just ironic when my management team first started, song shopping, and, of course, Nashville just sends you some of the greatest songs. It was hard to, we probably listened to 150 songs, and they're down to 7, plus we do the one cover tune, Crying, by Orbison on the record. But mm-hmm. but when we got this song, it was just it just said everything. And then the video comes along, and I didn't even have Bill really wasn't even going to be in it. I was just at breakfast one morning telling him I wanted to tell my story, and he said, "Well, far be it from me to put myself in your video." And I was like, "Well, do tell. I mean, what are you thinking?" And then he had the idea, what if since I was there with you since the beginning, literally I was with you your entire musical journey. Why not? I can put, I'll be in the background, and then we'll end up as the Righteous Brothers. And at the end of the video, I'll walk off stage and leave you alone and bow to you and turn the show over, basically turning it over to me.
Yeah, just a passing of the metaphoric torch,
mm-hmm.
as it
sort
were.
Of like that. That's what we were going for. And I think we captured Chris Cano just did such a great job. And I think you've seen the video. I hope everybody will check it out. You know, it's dropping on Taste of Country today, and I'll be posting it up. We're running it off my YouTube channel tomorrow. So I'm not exactly positive what time we're going to drop it, but it will drop sometime tomorrow.
I'd be willing to bet dollars to donuts that there will be an immediate Facebook update as soon as that video posts. Sweet Righteous Baby Bucky Hurd joining us via telephonic communication on Legends 106.3 KRZK, The Upside with Josh and them. Hump Day with Honey Pie. Miss Carrie's here. Josh Clark right here. Got a couple shout-outs. Miss Sue Alkire texted in. She said, oh, hi, Bucky. And then, of course, Bob. Oh, Rob Horton, his own self. Hi, Buck. So everybody's listening in. Everybody's cheering for you, son. So before, or I guess it was right after you guys filmed the video for this song, My Best Days, which will drop later on today or tomorrow, and tomorrow, I guess. We fixing to play it. We fixing to play it here in a couple seconds. I asked Bill, John Browning and myself and Bill, you know, we took Bill back up to the airport, and I asked Bill, I said, what do you think about Bucky's album? And he's like, you know, I would love to tell you that every single song is a hit, but brother, unfortunately, that ain't the case. He's like, you never, ever, ever know what is going to be a hit or what is going to connect and what is going to take off. So you guys put this song out. It sounds very radio friendly. A lot of people have asked me what genre this is, and I would say it's probably like a rockin' country sort of Americana. Like if Bob Seger had a band that played like some southern rock, maybe closer to the poppy side, that's kind of what it would sound like, don't you think?
Yeah, well, this song, My Best Days, is probably the most commercial poppy sounding song. Mm-hmm. It is what it is, leans more into that rock and roll thing.
Yes.
Which is, you know, I'm kind of leaning into, and it's kind of weird because they're kind of similar but different. You remember the Meatloaf album, Bat Out of Hell?
Yes, boy.
You know, one of the greatest selling albums of all time, and it's very storytelling. And I think you combine that kind of sound with Bob Seger, maybe a little Fogerty splashed in there. Mm-hmm. But bringing back that rock and roll, I mean, officially, I think it would be. I mean, back in my day, it'd almost be called Southern rock. But
it would be. I think today it's probably just straight rock and roll. Like if I had,
you know, some people are calling it a contemporary country because it's got the elements of, it's got some pop elements to it, but it's still got the, you know, the really heavy lead guitar. I've got Kenny Greenberg and Chris Lusinger on lead guitar and Michael Spriggs on acoustic, who, you know, they played with everybody. And they really, I said, I want this to be a rock and roll album. So even the ballads have that rock and roll element, you know, kind of like 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad by Meatloaf. It's just a really heart songs, if you will, that have a real positive message. That's the main thing I wanted to get with this album. I told my management team, I don't want to sing about partying and getting drunk and all, you know, all this other stuff. I want every song to touch people and to give people hope, especially in the climate of today. Mm-hmm. You know, we need to get back to love and kindness and hope and a bright future and knowing that whether you're 8 or 80 years old, dreams don't have a shelf life, and it's never too late to, you know, to take that dream off the shelf and dust it off and pursue it again, you know. So that's kind of what the encouragement of My Best Days and really the whole album is. It's like It Is What It Is, which you guys were both there for that. And that one will drop next.
Right.
We're releasing that song on August 1st.
Oh, August 1st, huh? Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was expecting
so proud of
something
you.
else. I'm itching to play it, son. It is what it is, but it ain't.
That's more, It Is What It is more me. And that's the only one on the record that I wrote.
It's a total Buck jam. It totally is, son.
Yeah.
It's a total Buck jam.
It's like horn dogs. It's like,
it totally is, man. It totally is.
It's got that. See, AJ calls it Bar Bucky. There's Show Bucky and there's Bar Bucky. So that's a Bar Bucky song.
Oh, that is good stuff. Sweet Righteous Baby Bucky Hurd, son. Where can folks find you on the worldwide interwebs?
Well, son, I just launched a brand new website, which I just absolutely love. And it's on BuckyHurd.com, www.BuckyHurd.com. And we're about to open up I'm about to press some vinyl, son. So when this whole album drops, There'll be vinyl and there'll be CDs. I've always wanted to have a vinyl record of my material.
Oh,
And so
awesome.
I'm finally going to get a chance to do it. So that's basically the plan, is to drop one song a month. So this one just dropped. Is what it is. It'll be in August. We've got one called The Lightning, which will be the next release, which is kind of a rodeo song.
It's good.
And then I think we're going to release Crying, our version of the Roy Orbison song that will be right after that. And then hopefully sometimes in mid-October, the whole album will drop. So that's kind of the game plan.
That's awesome. My Best Days is the name of the song. Honey Pie, don't it make you feel good to know we got somebody that's out living the dream?
I just love it so much, and I'm so proud of you. We're all two of your biggest fans are right here.
We sure do love you, little fella.
Well, I love y'all. When I come home, it's like when I come back and see all y'all, it's family.
It is.
And everybody, you guys and Rob and Sue Alkire, all my friends from all the years in Branson have been so supportive and so wonderful and showing up for me for all these videos and really all my crazy, ridiculous projects over the years that I've done. And
We're ringing all the bells here, son.
It's nice to be able to come home and release it, and to do everything back in Branson is very special.
Well, it sure is awesome, Buck. We love you. Hey, look, you're going to be
Love you
here
too, Doc.
in a couple of weeks. We're going to keep your travel plans, on the down low, on the hush hush, right? Because you'll be here for Fantasy Draft Time. Do you have any plans to maybe perform or maybe do any gigs while you're here? You kicking anything around there, son?
Well, Craig opened his new place
Out in Kimberling City,
God, dog, I'm blank right now. It's the ship.
Castaway.
Shipwreck.
Castaway, right? Is that what it's called? Castaway Bar? Crazy Craig Shipwreck, maybe something like that, out in Kimberling City. Yeah.
Crazy Craig Shipwreck.
Okay.
And it's already. He's been talking to me about us trying to do something. I don't know if I would have time to put a band together and do a whole show.
Right.
But I told him, I said, I definitely want to come out and visit. If he's got a band playing, maybe we can get up and do a few.
Maybe jump up and yes,
tunes
boy.
maybe
A little
invite
sit-in.
some of the old horn dogs out to play a couple songs. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I think that'd be a lot of fun too. And hey, look, don't let Craig fool you. He's got money. Now make him pay you now if you're gonna go out there and say, hey,